Welcome to the 4th annual Advent Stitch Along with Abide Embroidery Co. Whether this is your first time joining us or you've been stitching along with us year after year, we're so glad you're here to slow down and meditate on the birth of Christ this season. This is our Day Zero video, a video where I walk you through your supplies and how to prepare your hoop. Let's start with your supplies. If you purchased your kit, you will have your hoop, your felt with 2 needles, your printed fabric, your stitch guide, your digital guide with a QR code on it, and then your regular cotton floss and your metallic floss. If you purchase the kit or the digital guide with the printed fabric option, you will also have received a small card that says "Handle with Care." This is just a gentle reminder that the ink on your fabric can smudge if not handled properly. This is my 4th time stitching this design, and I have not once had this happen to me, but because my studio assistants did deal with it while handling the fabric to get ready for our kits, I did want to make you aware of it. So when it comes time to unravel our fabric and prepare our hoop, just keep in mind that you want to handle the fabric more so on the outside edges. And one more thing I want to say before we start to prepare our hoop is that if you have purchased our digital guide without the printed fabric option and you're wanting instructions on how to print the fabric yourself or how to use a stick and stitch paper, be sure to read your digital guide as instructions are inside there. If you've decided to opt for a lighter fabric and using a pilot friction pen, I'm going to link that YouTube instruction for that below. Now let's get started. All we need right now is our fabric and our hoop. Let's first get our hoop ready by loosening the nut at the top and separating the 2 pieces. Put the inner hoop, this is the portion without the nut, directly in front of you and place the other portion out of your way for right now. Next, we need our fabric. Gently untie and unravel your fabric. You'll notice that we place the printed portion of the design facing the white fabric to help prevent any design smudging, but you will see a small ghosting image on the white fabric, but don't worry about this because in a minute we won't see that part of the fabric anymore. Position your fabric so that your white fabric is centered on the inner ring first, and then lay your blue fabric on top. Next, we're going to hold both pieces of fabric at the same time and adjust it until our fabric is centered. Our hills will not touch the sides of our hoop, so we want to position our fabric accordingly. I'm using my fingers to gently hold both sides of the fabric down so I can see where it is inside of that inner hoop. And we want this top little dot here, which is going to be a star later, to not touch all the way at this hoop. So this needs to come down just a smudge. Once you have your fabric in place, you can now grab the outer ring of the embroidery hoop and place it down on your fabric. When you do this, check and make sure it's centered and place where you need it to be. If you're happy with where it's placed inside your hoop, we can now start to tighten our fabric. You're going to gently tighten your nut up here and then pull your fabric equally on both sides all the way around. You want to do it equally so that you don't end up pulling your fabric too much one direction or too much the other direction. Continue to tighten the nut and pull around the edges of your fabric until your fabric is completely taut. You'll know it's good whenever you flick it and it sounds like a drum. When you have finished tightening your hoop, you are done and ready for day 1 of stitching. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel so that you are able to find day 1 video more easily and more quickly. I'll see you then.